Creative Educator magazine and one of the founders of Tech for Learning. In the next 5 minutes, I want to share some ideas to help you make creativity flourish in your classrooms. I probably first need to share my definition of creativity, and I like to use the U.S. Patent Office's evaluation criteria for new ideas. They must be original, useful, and inspiring, and surprising. I mean, these are exciting things. Innovation is exciting, but innovation is founded on creativity and cannot exist without it. So creativity is not art and it's not fluff. In today's complex, crazy, global, connected world, we need students who are able to think and act differently so that they can embrace that change and help us succeed. In order to cultivate creativity, we need to, number one, cultivate it in ourselves. That's walk the walk. If you're not modeling, your kids are going to see right through that. And in order to cultivate creativity in our students, it's not a checklist or a task or a lesson plan that we can do. We need to cultivate a classroom culture that lets them be creative and ask them to be that way. So this isn't really for the creative people out there. You probably already live this, but not every one of us is creative or feels that way, but everyone in this audience has creative capacity. Everyone. So step one, you need to believe you can. Now step two, you might need to give yourself permission to do it. Creativity does love constraints because they can often help us think differently, but in order for truly divergent thinking and creativity to emerge, we have to sometimes break the rules or let them go some of the time. Now, the biggest predictor of a person's creative capacity is their openness to new experience. So this is actually really easy. If you want to be more creative, you simply have to try something new. Take a risk. Instead of saying no, say yes. Sometimes, this is a fractal, image of chaos. That's sometimes what creativity feels like. But if we're going to have creative breakthroughs, we do have to learn to sit with that discomfort, because in creativity, we might not know exactly where we are or where we have to go, but it just might be beautiful. And we also have to learn to value creativity. Did you know that anytime there's a creative breakthrough, we don't value it, we don't think it's good. In general, we like the individual, but I don't want to be different. My kids don't want to be different. We want to kind of fit in. So we need to celebrate diversity and difference in our classrooms. We have to make space and time for that. Yes, that could be a maker space, but it could be as simple as a blank sheet of paper or blank screen software. I could try a passion project, a genius hour, or I could simply give my kids an additional 2 minutes of thinking time before telling me their questions. And yes, that's telling me their questions, not their answers. We need to create classrooms where questions are more important than answers, because if we're going to solve the world's problems and take on these increasingly complex issues, our kids need to build skills in questioning, not answering. So we need to, that's right, it's about questions, not answers. Now we need to believe our students can, and probably more importantly, we need to believe that they should be creative, and that we're going to expect creative behavior and creative thinking. Now to start doing that in your classroom, start with wonder. In the words of my hero Roald Dahl, above all watch with glittering eyes the whole world around you, because the greatest secrets are hidden in the most unlikely places. Those who don't believe in magic will never find it. So once we wonder, now we have to imagine. There's great questions like that should always start with what if? Not what should we do, but what could we do? We need to encourage those wild ideas of our students so that they go from wonder to wander to imagine, and then we need to start making. Our kids need to be creators, not consumers. And we get that with our maker spaces. I think we do a great job of that, but that could be publishing a play. It could be publishing our own book, building with blocks. As kids create, they construct meaning, and they try, they fail, and they try again. Now, you might not be able to do some of these big ideas or make big changes, but every one of us can work more choice into our classrooms. Our kids need to have agency, and there should always be an option for your own idea. Now, we need to have high expectations for creativity, and that's creativity for all of our students, because if we don't expect everyone to do it, only the ones who have that natural ability will do it. So we need to expect creativity, and then when we see it, we need to reward it. And when I talk about celebrating creativity, yes, those creative breakthroughs are amazing, but we're not going to celebrate just the success. We need to celebrate the trying. It's like learning. It's the process, not the product. I want kids to try. That's the most important thing with that. Yes, we can fail, but we need to fail forward and reflect on our failures so we can move forward. So in order to make creativity a habit, take a small step, ways that you can make yourself more creative. Think about how to make tasks that students are doing a little bit more open, and celebrate difference in your classroom. Now, I'm say creativity is easy or even fun, but it is amazing. It's a little bit of joy mixed in with a whole lot of discomfort and a little bit of, am I going to look crazy? Well, you are